Hello friends, do you know what day it is today? Let's figure it out together. Can you look on the board and tell me which shape we drew last in our pattern? It's kind of easy because we only have one shape, right? When we find that shape, we will find out what yesterday was, and that will help us determine what today is. So, did you guess the green clover? That's right. So yesterday was Monday, March 1st, 2021. And we are going to move one square over because we always go left to right. And this will be today. And we are going to put in a new shape. What shape are you going to draw? I think we're going to draw a gold coin because leprechauns tend to find gold coins at the end of the rainbow. Are you familiar with that story about the leprechauns finding gold at the end of the rainbow? So I'm going to use a gold coin in keeping in with our theme for St. Patrick's Day. We'll have a green clover and a gold coin. So I'm going to draw a yellow circle in my square, and you can draw one on your calendar or on your paper, or if you don't have a paper, you can just draw it in the air with your finger. Are you ready? We just start up at the top, and then we're going to come around and make a circle. Come back up to the top, and then we can color that in. And if you don't want to do green clovers and yellow coins, that's okay. You can do whatever pattern or shapes you would like. Some people just like to cross off the day, and that's okay too. So now that we have our square figured out, we know which square we can come back to while we're working on our calendar. So the next thing we're going to do is figure out what day it is. And do you remember how many days there are in the week? Let's see if you're correct. Are you ready? Say it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 days in the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Good job. Thank you for saying that with me. It's much more fun when we do it together. So if we look on their board, our gold circle coin is under Tuesday. So today is Tuesday, and it begins the capital T. And T sounds like t, like turtle or tummy. Those are some T words. So Tuesday begins with a capital T because it's the name of our day. Tuesday. 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 So we can put it into our sentence in our agenda. So you can get your agenda out or a piece of paper, or if you don't have an agenda or a piece of paper, you can just say it with me or practice in the air. So we're going to start at the top of the page. We're going to print today is, because those are the first two words in our sentence. T-O-D-A-Y. Today. And today has a capital T because it's the first word in our sentence. The next word is I-S. And then we're going to put in Tuesday. Capital T because it's the name of the day. U-E-S-D-A-Y. And then a comma. And that comma reminds us to pause before we say the next word, which is going to be our month. Do you remember how many months are in a year? Let's count and figure it out together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 months in the year. Now let's try to say all of their names. It's okay if you don't know yet. We'll practice together. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Good job. So we've been through January, we've been through February, and now we are in March. March is the third month of the year. 1, 2, 3. And we always put the name of the month at the top of our calendar so that we can just easily look and know what month it is. And March begins with a capital M, and a capital M because it's the name of our month. And M sounds like like muffin or money. So M, capital M, A-R-C-H, March. And it's just one syllable, March. Good job. Now let's put this into our sentence. So our sentence begins with today is Tuesday, comma, and we've run out of room on our page, so we're going to go back to the beginning, and I've already just made a little line there. We'll put in March, and it's a capital M, M-A-R-C-H. And next we'll put in the number. Do you know what number it is today? It's a little bit easy because we're just at the beginning of the month. So we know that yesterday was the 1st, number 1, but we say first when we put it into our calendar. What comes after 1 when we're counting? That will be what today is. 1, 2. Did you guess 2? Let's put a 2 in our calendar. You can try it on your calendar or on a piece of paper, or you can do it in the air with your finger. Are you ready? We'll start near the top. We're going to curve it up to the right like this. And then we're going to come down to the left on an angle and then make a line across. That's a 2. We'll count them. 1, 2. That's really easy because we're just at the beginning, right? Should we count backwards? Let's see. 2, 1, blast off! Good job. So we can put the date into our sentence. Today is Tuesday, comma, March 2nd. So we'll put a 2, start near the top, make a curve up, and then come down, and then a line across. And then a comma. And that comma reminds us to pause before we say the year. And the year is at the top of our calendar with our month. And our year is 2021, or you can say 2021. Let's put the year into our sentence. Today is Tuesday, comma, March 2nd, comma, 2021. 2021. And then we put a period there, and that tells us to stop. We're not going to say anything else. Will you say the whole sentence with me? Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Good job. Thank you for saying the sentence with me. Did you peek outside before we started the calendar today? What is the weather like where you live? Did you have a look? I'm curious to find out. Is it cloudy? Do you have lots of clouds in the sky? Can't see the sun? It's not cloudy here. What about raining? Is it raining for you? There's no rain here, but there will be soon. Spring is just around the corner. What about partly cloudy, partly sunny? What about snowy? Is there snow coming down from the clouds where you live? What about sunny? The sun is shining. Today we have sun and clouds where I live. So I'm going to pick partly cloudy, partly sunny, and I'm going to put that onto our weather board. Will you help me put the tally mark onto our weather chart? So our first one is raining, but it's not raining today. What about snowing? Nope, no snow. Sunny? Not here. It is a little bit, but not totally sunny. We want to have some clouds with it. There we go. It's partly cloudy, partly sunny. And we already have one tally mark there. So if we already have one tally mark and we're going to add one more, what will that make? Let's see if we're correct. You can put a tally mark on your weather chart, or you can do a tally mark in the air with your finger. You just start up at the top and strike down. Are you ready? Let's do it together. So we had one and we added one more. 1 plus 1. 1, 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Thank you for helping me tally up our weather on our weather chart. Did you know that today is a special day? It is the birthday of one of my favorite authors. Ever since I was a little girl, I was a fan of Dr. Seuss. Do you know who Dr. Seuss is? He wrote over 60 books, and some of them have been turned into cartoons or movies that you have even maybe seen. This one here is called And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss, and it is the first book that Dr. Seuss ever published. And it's quite a fun little book to read. My mom used to read it to me when I was little, and I read it to my daughter when she was little. And Dr. Seuss not only writes the stories, but he draws all the pictures in his books. So he's the author and the illustrator. Another little thing about Dr. Seuss is he used a pen name for some of his books. And when he used a pen name, those books were illustrated by somebody else. A different illustrator drew those books. So this book is by Dr. Seuss, but he used the pen name Theo Lesage. So sometimes authors will use another name that is different from their original name to write books. And this one is called I Wish That I Had Duck Feet. It's a fun book too. So in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday today, I'm going to read you And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. It's one of my favorites. And you can look on the front, there's the boy, and he's on the street, and the street sign says Mulberry Street. And if you look on the back, it gives you a little bit of information about what the story is about. It says, how a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street grows into a story that no one can beat. Are you ready? Let's begin. And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see. But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today? All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've kept careful track, but all that I've noticed except my own feet was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's nothing to tell of, that won't do, of course, just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story, that's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart, and that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame. Such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer. A golden blue chariot, something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. No, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better, he's fast and he's fleet, and he'd look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. Hold on a minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and sleigh? Say, anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat. Say, even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. That's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size, a blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes, and then just to give him a little more tone, have a Raja with rubies perched high on a throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But now I don't know. It still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around in the air like a kite. But he'd look simply grand with a great big brass band. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it, but it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put on a trailer, I know they won't mind, if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs two at least. But now what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now, they'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there and he thinks it is grand. He raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add a Chinese boy who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that meets a comb. No time for more, I'm almost home. I swung around the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps and I felt simply great, for I had a story that no one could beat. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. The end. What did you think of that story? That's one of my favorites. So today being Dr. Seuss's birthday, if you have a Dr. Seuss book at home, maybe you can read it. If you don't know who Dr. Seuss is or have any of his books, look up some online. There's lots that you can find where people will read the books to you, or maybe you might even find some of the cartoons or movies to watch today. Let's finish off our agenda. So let's take a peek at yesterday and see what we were going to do yesterday. So yesterday I wanted to make some decorations for St. Patrick's Day, and I did start that. I started making some 4-leaf clovers and 3-leaf clovers for St. Patrick's Day. I'm still going to do a whole bunch of other things as well, but I've got that started. You can try with me on your piece of paper, or you can do them in the air with your fingers. So our first one is a 1, and we start up at the top and go down. That's an easy one. And then a 2 starts here and we curve up, come down and make a line. 1, 2. And it's partly cloudy, partly sunny, so I am going to put a sun and a cloud. And then my activity for today is I'm going to go for a walk. We're getting nicer weather out, so it's nice to go for more walks. And let's do maybe a pink jacket today. The nice thing about drawing is I can make believe I have any color clothing I want. I can color myself however I want, even with blue hair. So put on my jacket and my snow pants because we still have snow. We still have to bundle up. I still need to wear mittens. And I still have to wear boots because we still have snow. And my kind thing today when I go for a walk is I'm going to wave at everybody that I see. All of my neighbors, all of the kids and the adults in the neighborhood, and I'm going to wave and say hello, just to let them know I'm friendly and that I appreciate them being in the neighborhood. Next, I'm going to put my name here. So I'm going to start with a capital C, and you can practice printing your name as well. It's important to practice printing our names every day so we get really good at it. And make sure to put a capital letter at the beginning of your name because it's your name, and we always capitalize every name. Capital C, E, L, Y, N, N, E. And if you don't know how to make all your letters yet to print the words, you can start by making one letter. Yesterday we're practicing an M. We're going to practice it again today. You can practice with me on your paper, or you can practice with me in the air with your finger. Are you ready? We'll start up at the top for our uppercase M, and we'll make a line down. Then we're going to go back up to the top, make another line down, and then we're going to go back up the other way, kind of like a V. And then we're going to come all the way down to the line. Ready? Let's try that again. Start up here and make a line down. Then go back up to the top, make a line down and back up, and then make a line down. Good job, that's an uppercase M. Now we can make a lowercase m, and it is half as tall as the uppercase M. So we start here, make a one line down, and then we're gonna make a bump up and come down. And then we're gonna make another bump up and come down. Good job, let's try that again. Start halfway up and come all the way down to the bottom line, then come almost to the top and arch out and come down. Then come back up almost to the top and arch out and come down. And you've made a lowercase m. If you practice making your letters every day, eventually you get really good at making them, and you'll be able to make all the letters to make all the words. So yesterday I was feeling pretty excited. Let's see how I'm feeling today. I get to go outside and go for a walk, and I got some of my crafting done yesterday. I'm going to do a little bit more today. Do you think I'm feeling pretty happy? What about you? Are you pretty happy? Content? Just pleased? Nothing is bothering you today? Or are you feeling angry? Are you mad, upset, maybe disgruntled? That's another word that kind of means upset or mad. Disturbed. Something is disturbing you when it's bothering you. What about sad? Are you sad today? Did something sad happen that made you cry, or maybe makes you want to just curl up on the couch? I'm not feeling sad today, but it's okay to feel sad. What about nervous? Are you nervous or anxious about something? Worried? Or are you excited? How are you feeling today? I think I'm just feeling pretty happy. I'm just happy. I'm doing okay today. So put that on the board. And I hope you find something kind to do today. Maybe you can wave at your neighbors, whether you're outside or through a window, even a window in a vehicle, you can wave and say hello. And if you don't want to wave, try to find something else that's kind to do. It's nice to do at least one kind thing every day and make sure that somebody else is feeling pretty special. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends. Click the like button and select subscribe so you don't miss out on our future videos.